I want to teach you a meditation today for energy and also for stress relief. And this particular breath meditation works on toning the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is the longest nerve in the body. And when it's not toned, it means that we have a tendency towards anxiety or stress, and that we can stay in that state a long time. And so, particularly with the pressure that's going on today in the world, we need more than ever to build that inner resilience. And one way of doing that is to use the breath. And the breath is something that we often take for granted a lot in our life. It's automatic, we don't think about it. But actually, in the yogic and Kundalini yoga tradition, the breath helps us to build a bridge with our soul. And the more that we can consciously breathe, the more that we can start to build a relationship with the inner guidance rather than the ego personality, so that we're guided by that rather than the limited mind. And it also it increases our life force energy. So pranayama, which is breath work, is prana I am. And the more that we can embody creating our own prana is like life force energy, the more that we can create of that in the body, we're going to have a greater immune system, we'll have greater resilience to stress, to illness. We will The nervous system will be more balanced, so will the mind, but we'll have like greater vitality and energy and also radiance that then carries us through life, and that we can then age with more grace. When we do a breath meditation, it's really helpful to do segmented breaths, because it helps us to get the breath all the way down into the belly. And often a lot of people are doing chest breathing, which causes anxiety. So getting the breath all the way down into the belly is really, really important. And we also have membranes in the nostrils that relate to the brain. So we then start to change the brain structures, the wiring of the nervous system, as well as then all the other changes that we get physiologically from proper breathing, oxygenation of the blood, for example, better cellular health, more longevity. So, with every Kundalini meditation that we do from this lineage, we always tune in with a mantra, Ong Namo, Guru Dev Namo. And that mantra just means I bow to this wisdom in myself. So, whenever we start a meditation, we want to put our ego personality to the side. We want to open up a sacred space. We want to be able to drop in and connect to our higher consciousness. So let's just do that together, first of all, bringing the hands together, rolling your shoulders back and lifting and opening your heart center, drawing the breath all the way down into your belly, into the sides of your ribs, and then drawing the breath all the way up into your chest and clavicle. So as you're inhaling, mentally chant Sat, which means truth. And as you're exhaling, mentally chanting Nam, which means identity. And just allowing your breath to fill every cell in your body, but also to be expanding your energy field around you. And just taking a few conscious breaths, just noticing how does it feel to draw the breath all the way down into the belly. And if that's difficult, you might want to bring one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, and then you're breathing all the way down to the chest, down to the belly. And then you can bring your hands into the sides of the ribs and feeling the expansion there, and then into the chest, and then into the clavicle. So it's a 4-part breath, but we want to get the breath nice and smooth. And the breath really tells us a lot about how we live. If the breath is jaggedy, if it's hard to take a deep inhale, this can be an indication that it's difficult for you to receive in life. And equally, if it's hard to let go on the breath and exhale, it can be because there's too much holding, maybe there's too much fear. It's hard for you to be able to let go of control in life. So when we start to work with the breath, these patterns can start to emerge. And so we want to do it slowly and gently. And then when you feel that you've got a good connection between those four parts, just bring the hands into prayer pose. So prayer pose is not religious. This is scientific. They use it in religion, but actually when we hold prayer mudra, we are balancing the two sides of the brain. We're balancing the yin and yang energy in the body, so that more masculine energy of doing with the more feminine energy of being receptive and intuitive. And we're also balancing the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's a space of coming into being grounded and connected. So again, drawing the breath down into the belly, into the sides of the ribs, drawing the breath into the chest, and then into the clavicle. And then on the exhale from the clavicle, from the chest, all the way down, emptying the lungs. And then the navel comes towards the spine. Just letting go of that exhale. And as you breathe in this way, just noticing how you feel in your body. As we consciously breathe and we calm our nervous system, we also change the way that we feel. So even just by breathing deeply and consciously, we also change our mood. So we're going to tune in with Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. We chant this mantra through the conch of the nose. So the Ong is a vibration, it's a Ong through the conch of the nose, which then changes the secretions of your pineal and pituitary gland, changes the secretions of all your hormones, balances the brain structures, and brings you into a more meditative state. Taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And inhaling to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhaling, holding the breath, feel the vibration through your body, and bowing to this wisdom within yourself. And then exhaling. And then before you open your eyes, set an intention. So maybe there's anxiety or fear you'd like to let go of. Maybe there's stress or a particular stressor in your life that you'd like to let go of. Or maybe you'd like to just feel calmer, more connected to your body or your intuition. So setting that intention now. And then you're going to exhale and open your eyes. So we're going to start the meditation with the hands in Gyan Mudra. So it's the thumb and index finger together. And so each finger represents a different planet. So the thumb is the positive ego. We want the positive ego follows the inner guidance rather than trying to control. And the index finger is represents the planet of Jupiter, which is about support, but it's also about knowledge and it's also about expansion, which is why it's really good to wear rings on these fingers because we want to be expanding our consciousness. If you look at royalty, they always wear rings on this finger, bringing the support and bringing the expansion and the knowledge from that expansion. So the hands come onto the knees, and when you're holding this mudra on the knees, try to have the arms straight so that you've got the opening of the meridians as they flow through the arms, and also the fingers are straight. So we've got little mini heart chakras in the hands, so we want them to be open rather than the fingers curled and the palms of the hands closed. These are like our antennae. So bringing the hands so that they're open, the fingers are straight. And we're going to do 8 sniffs in through the nose. And we want to do each segment the same length so that we're going to fill the lungs completely by the 8th breath. So it's like, and then by the 8th breath, you fill the lungs completely. And then you're going to do 1 breath long through the nose. So it's a very slow exhale. Just letting the breath out quietly and slowly. So we're going to do this with the recording, and we're going to do it with the mantra Hummy Hum Brahm Hum. So this mantra in the Kundalini Yoga tradition just means we are one. And when we do any kind of breath meditation, because we're calming the nervous system, we can come into connection with that oneness within ourselves. So we can chant this mantra as we are sniffing the air in. So hummy, hum, brum, hum. And we're chanting it twice. So hummy, hum, brum, hum is 4 beats. So we're going to do that 2 times. And then we're going to have done 8 segments all the way up to filling the lungs with the breath. Then you're just going to exhale, 1 long, smooth exhale. And then in the recording, again, it's hummy, hum, brum, hum on the exhale. So you'll notice that on the inhale, there's a faster rhythm of the mantra as we're sniffing the air in. Brummy hum, hummy hum, brum hum, hummy hum, brum hum. And as we're exhaling, it's hummy hum, brum hum. And then we're going to go again. So just find the rhythm within yourself. So there's something very special about 8 beats in Kundalini Yoga. So whenever we chant a mantra with 8 beats, or whenever we do 8 sniffs, the 8 has an activation on the Kundalini energy. So the Kundalini energy is the energy of our soul. And when we are chanting a mantra or breathing with 8 beats, it's like we're unlocking a door, a locked door, to be able to open up to universal consciousness. So that expansive energy, which is our true nature. So bringing the hands then into Gyan Mudra on the knees, the arms are straight, closing the eyes. And then we're going to start. So there, here we go.
Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum. Hummy hum brum hum, hummy hum brum hum. 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 Hummy hum brum hum.
And inhaling, holding the breath, squeeze the Muller band, so the muscles of the anus and sexual organs, you're pulling in and up, navel to the spine, visualizing that energy traveling to the top of the head, tongue in the roof of the mouth, circulating that energy to every cell in your body. And then exhaling. And just keeping your eyes closed, just staying inside and just noticing what you feel. So you may notice sensations in the body as the energy starts to move, but also noticing how you feel. Just keeping the breath deep down into the belly, just feeling that sense of peace in yourself. Or if anything else arises within you, just trying to breathe and allow whatever it is that's moving through. So any emotion is just energy. The more you can observe it, the more you can let it go. And then bringing your hands together in prayer pose at the heart. So we're just closing the space, we're sealing the energy. We're going to chant Sat Nam 3 times. And Sat Nam just means truth is my identity. So we're just reminding ourselves of our true identity through the heart, rather than the ego personality. So inhale. Sa Sa Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Just coming to your heart, seeing this golden light shining forth into every cell, into your energy field. Just send this beautiful light out across the world in all directions. Satnam, thank you very much. So if you're interested to know more about what I do 40-day practices, guided practices in the morning. I teach a Kundalini class every week on a Thursday. I'm running a retreat, a deep meditation retreat on the 21st, the 23rd of November, 2025, which really is an incredibly profound experience to clear subconscious blocks, release physical and emotional pain. So please check out my website, thegoldenlight.co.uk, for more details. Sending you love, lovely to see you, and hope to see you again next week. Bye.